see here. Looks like we're streaming, sending data. All right, good stuff. All right, what's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me in the chat. Obviously, I never know when I'm. There we go. I got my Rumble chat up. We got that going on, so we got everything going on there. All right. Yes, yeah, I've been up since 4 o'clock, or rather 4:30 this morning. Had to get up to watch. The gold medal game. Had to get up to watch the gold medal game, and Team USA is your Olympic champion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For whatever reason, I'm not able to pin the link in the chat. I don't know why I'm not able to pin this comment. Oh, there it is. Never mind. As soon as I said it. Oh, I guess I can't pin stuff until I'm actually live. But I've got somebody. In the queue right now. And if you have, like I said, if you guys have any dating or relationship questions, be sure to hashtag pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. All right, let me see, y'all. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and bring up Spawn. Okay, Spawn, you're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from, man?
How's it going? You can just call me Spawn. Just a quick question before we get started.
Sure, man.
Can anybody see my personal name?
No, nope. No, all I see is Spawn, SPWAN. So you are good to go.
Okay, so this is
first of all, Spawn. Where are you calling me from today?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay, what's on your mind, Spawn?
So, okay, this is like super embarrassing. I didn't want to say anything, but I feel like a lot of men can benefit from this, right?
Okay, let's go.
So I don't know where to start. This is so super embarrassing. So
I'll tell you. Listen, I'll tell you this, Spawn, just to make you feel a little bit better. I don't know if you know my story or not, but I rented a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house for a woman I never had sex with while she was having sex with her baby daddy who had just gotten out of prison. It does not get any more embarrassing than that. And dude, there are many, many more stories where that came from, so do not feel embarrassed, my friend. I can't see you, you can't see me. We got you covered, man. We don't judge here.
Okay, well, I don't know. This one's a pretty tough one. So it's not particularly about a woman, but for a little while, I was sticking things in my ass because I was so lonely and like just so broken.
Okay.
And I really didn't know why that was going on. And just a nice caveat, I was molested when I was a kid, when I was like 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I think that has a lot to do with it,
Yeah, sure. I got you.
So long story short, I realized that, that some weird burning desire that I had and only could be satiated with these tools, as I call them these days. I don't use them anymore, by the way.
Sure.
Can only be satiated by these tools. And I realized that my nervous system was not being regulated. And then I got to really thinking. Yeah, I got to really, really thinking deep. And I discovered that I would often choose my relationships, and a lot of my goals were being guided by a dysregulated nervous system.
Okay.
And it only took me till a woman I've known since I was like 15, 16 years old. I'm going to be 35 soon.
Okay.
She asked me, and this is not pertaining to, using the tools. This is a whole separate conversation. Okay. She said, how are you going to find stability in that? And that's when slowly the gears started grinding. And, I realized that, hey, like I'm doing these things with these tools because, a lot of the women in my life fucked me up.
Sure. Yeah, including when you were a child. That really can be a mind job, man. Really can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And ever since then, like this, I let's see, it's been about 2.5 months, maybe 2 months when all this went down. I'm starting to see women like extremely differently. And mind you, I've been plugged into the red pill since I was like 31, since COVID started,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
By Rona, who was the one who basically
Rona, I
opened
like
that
that.
door for me.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
she's
got you. I
lovely.
got you.
Well, that I really don't have much to say. I just wanted to give that little tool out there because I know a lot of men might be struggling with that and just too embarrassed to say something.
Okay.
I'm not dating anybody. I'm on these dating apps, but it's just a hobby of mine now. I don't take it
Okay.
seriously.
Okay.
It's
All
just a
right.
joke.
Let me ask you this: how did obviously you said this was a woman that you trusted. You're now 35 years old and you've sort of gotten over it. Have you found stability at this point in time? And if you have, how did you find it? Because just like you said, I'm sure there are probably more men than even you or I realize that have gone through the same thing that you had. How did you self-regulate? How did you end up getting stability?
Great question. So one thing I realize is, first thing is you have to recognize that your nervous system is not regulated. It's not
Okay.
stable. It's
Okay.
pulling you in whatever direction, right?
Sure.
Like for me, the moment I realized that, I asked myself, how are you feeling? What hurts? What's achy? What's tingly?
Okay.
Then I bring my attention onto that, whatever it may be, and I would just sit there and I would observe it.
Okay.
And um, I mean, that's basically it.
Okay.
I
So
used to
self-awareness.
drink a lot.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to
I mean,
drink
I
like a
I think
bottle of wine a day.
whew, dude, bro. Like again, like listen, man, a bottle of wine a day is not healthy, dude. I'd go through when I was really drinking heavy. I was going through like 2, 3 bottles a day, man. So again, not to minimize what you have gone through, but I promise you, man. We have all been through worse. G Lee in the comment actually says this to you, Spawn. He says, I gave my girlfriend access to all of my bank accounts when I was deployed to Iraq. We've all done dumb things. So there you go. And listen, man, I appreciate you coming up and sharing your story with us, man. It took a lot of balls to do it, even behind an avatar, man. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, Spawn, thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, look, dude. I mean, listen, man. I get it, man. Sometimes a lot of times people are going through things, and you just you never know. You never know who could be going through the same thing as you. Real Rain 89, what's going on, brother? Where you calling me from today, man?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Where you calling me
Now,
from?
doing great. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. Just watch Team USA, or not just watch Team USA. Watch Team USA win the gold. So what's on your mind, man?
Oh well, I kind of had a question that I think you're one of the few people that can answer this.
Okay, what you got for
How
me?
do how do you differentiate? Sorry, a relationship, and how do you maintain the balance between the business aspect of a relationship and the affectionate aspect of a relationship? Because I kind of find when I'm trying to reconcile with my baby mama that things seem so like business oriented
Okay,
that I don't really feel like we're doing anything on the relationship aspect. It's just all transactional business stuff.
okay. Give me an example. What activity or what instance can you think of where it's more business like than relationship like?
Oh, okay. Perfect example is we're reconciling and she's saying like, "Hey, our daughters play soccer," and I say like, "Okay, that's cool. Like, I'll give you like, I have no problem paying for my daughter's soccer." But he's saying, "But I need money to pay my insurance to get your daughter to soccer."
Oh God. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I can see by your facial expression, there's probably you clearly have a problem with that. You're like, okay, wait a minute, what's really going on here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, right. So, in other words, so it sounds to me. So you're trying to reconcile with your baby mama. Let me just go back. How old are you? How old is she? And how old is your daughter?
I am 37. She is 40, and the daughter is 6.
Okay, okay, wow. So you guys have been doing this for a while, and you said you're trying to reconcile. When did you break up? Who did the breaking up, and who wanted to reconcile?
2024, I would say it was amicable, and
Okay.
the reconciliation was her part.
Okay. So the reconciliation was her part. How long had you guys been broken up before she reached out to reconcile?
About between 9 to 12 months.
Okay. And why did you guys break up?
She's Latina,
Okay.
gringo, and our cultures sometimes just didn't align.
Okay. So your cult no, give me I come on, I need more than that. Your cultures didn't align. So she obviously is a firecracker. She's full of fire and passion and all that. Why did like you said it was amicable. What was the event or series of events that led to your breakup?
I just was not cool with the idea of I have to be there for your family 24/7, but when my
Mm-hmm.
family, I don't want to get too personal, but like I needed her there for my mom on a
Mm-hmm.
certain situation,
Mm-hmm.
and she made an excuse, and it's just like I was there for your family whenever you called me, and the one
Mm-hmm.
time my mom needs something, you weren't there.
Okay. So and that was that was that a culmination of things, or was that sort of the last straw? Like, okay, you didn't show up for my mom, that's it.
If I said both, would that make sense?
Okay, so tell me what happened. What led to the? Obviously, you said she wasn't there for your mom. You don't have to get specific, but how did that conversation go in terms of you guys deciding to amicably end things?
My mom, my mom's dog died.
Oh, that sucks. Oh man, that
And
sucks.
like it wasn't like a slow death for the dog. Like my mom needed like to take the dog to get to the vet to get put down,
Mm-hmm.
and I just called my baby mom and like, hey, like I really need you to take my mom to the vet right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up having to like leave work early,
Mm-hmm.
take my mom to the vet, and I have been to so many quinceañeras. I had been to so many birthday parties, all that. That was just like the one time I asked her for something, it just didn't happen. And so, like, that was to me, it's like, how are you so selfish with your family, but when my family needs something, that's kind of, and when I kind of brought that up to her, she was like, look, I'm never going to be that girl for you because I'm Mexican.
Wow. So she's using her nationality as an excuse not to be there for your family. That is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know if you answered this before, but how long had you guys been broken up? And I think you said 9 or 10 months. How long had you guys been broken up before you guys decided to
Between 9 and
reconcile?
12 months.
Oh, okay, so between 9 and 12 months. And did you reach out to her, or did she reach out to you?
She reached out to me.
Okay, has she told you why she wants to reconcile?
No.
Okay, and when was this conversation of reconciliation? Was this 2 weeks ago? Yesterday?
September.
You said December?
September.
September. Oh, okay. So it's okay. So it's been a few months. And how's your relationship been since you guys have tried to reconcile?
Better, but you know, I think in my mind, I'm still holding kind of a resent. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I kind of hold that against her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm trying to reconcile.
Mm-hmm. But you still have this in the back of your mind. Let me ask you this, Real Rain. Let's say you were in another situation just like this, and let's say your mom has another dog that is getting ready to die, and you're at work and you're going to have to leave early. Could you call her? Would you be able to call her, right now, February 22nd of 2026, and say, hey, look, can you take my mom to the vet so we can put our dog down? What do you think she would say? Do you think she would say yes or no?
Damn, Donovan, that question just answered all my questions.
There you go. There you go. obviously you know the answer is you know the answer is no, and the deal is this, and we all know this inherently without having anyone to tell us this. People make time for the things they care about. Listen, she loves her family, but she's not reciprocating, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? And listen, we all know that relationships are all about give and take. If you've been to a bunch of quinceañeras and you've been to a bunch of parties, and I'm sure you're there for holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all this other kind of stuff, but she can't show up for your now the thing with your mom, that was sort of, that's kind of a sad thing. Have you ever invited her to holiday parties? Like, was that the only time you invited her over to see your family or do anything with your family, or is that the only time?
No, she knows like my whole family, like brother, sister, and everything.
So, but no. What I asked was, have you invited her over to see your family for other events like she has you, or do you just stay away from that because you know she's going to say no?
Oh no, like me and my mom, and like the reason why like my mom kind of even asked for her because we would go to soccer games together as like
Sure.
adult group together,
Yeah, of
like.
course. Yeah, you build a little rapport, right?
So like I thought like, hey, like my mom and like wants you at the soccer games together. Like she wants her there, wanted her there. But it was just like that one moment where it's just like this woman that like loves you as her own daughter, and you're not even going to be there for her in a pretty sad situation.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, what you're going to have to understand, man, and you guys, my guess is that you guys have probably been on, and you guys have a 6-year-old. Have you guys been together the entire 6 year until recently, or are you guys on and off like most baby daddy, baby mama situations?
A solid 3 years, and then on and off after that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Obviously, she's dating other people during your quote unquote breaks. I'm sure she's given you the whole we need space, this, that, and the third. Yeah, man. Look, I don't know how she feels because I'm not her, but I will tell you this. It appears that you care about her a lot more than she cares about you. Obviously, she's clear. I mean, and listen, we're all selfish inherently. But when it comes to relationships, like I said before, it is give and take. If you're showing up for her family on quinceañeras, on birthdays, holidays, etc., but she can't show up for yours, that is an imbalance in the relationship. So at this point, you have a choice to make. Are you willing to be with this woman when she's not reciprocating, I suppose, family time? And let me ask you another question. Is there anything else that she's not reciprocating? Is she not reciprocating sex, time, or is she all take and no give?
She gives the sex good,
Okay.
but I would say like with the because you're a hard worker, I know that.
Sure.
And you know, sometimes like in your relationship, like you just want to come home at the end of the day, put your feet up, put on a soccer game, and drink a beer.
Sure, of course.
She just that feeling to her, she just never understood.
Okay. All right. What's just real quick? What's her relationship with her parents like? What's her family situation? Are her parents still together or are they divorced?
Her father is dead, and she has no relationship with her mother. She was raised by her grandmother.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be. And last question here: what, other than the sex, what about her makes you happy? Like, what about being in a relationship with her aside from sex and your kid? What benefit do you get from being in a relationship with her?
With not getting too deep into the backstory, she was one of the few women in my life that I can say honestly pushed me to be better.
Okay. No, that makes perfect sense. She probably does not have as much respect for you as you need her to, because you needed her to push you. And anytime you need a woman to push you, she is going to lose a little bit of respect, because as a man, you shouldn't need a woman to push you. Now, listen, we've all made mistakes and we've all been in places that we're not supposed to be in, right? We want to pick our bootstraps off. And listen, good for her for sort of helping you to get off the map. But what you have to understand is that when a woman is your motivating factor, it's great while it's there. But when you get to where you want or need to be, they think to themselves subconsciously, okay, I had to push and motivate this guy. And again, that she loses a little bit of respect for you at that point. You wanted to say something?
No, makes total sense.
Yeah. Also, the fact that her father is dead. Do you know when her dad died?
When she was 5.
Okay, so she's got clearly daddy issues, raised by her grandmother, does not have a relationship with her mother. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say that your relationship is over, but it certainly leaves a lot to be desired. And I know the fact that you have a 6-year-old kid, it makes things a little more complicated. Here's another thing. She's 40 years old. Okay. The reason why she wants to reconcile, don't take this personally. It has nothing to do with you, Real Rain. It has everything to do with the fact that her options are dwindling, if she has any at all. And what women and men, for that matter, but women especially, what they like to do after they've dated around, when they don't have any other options. See, here's the thing: when men cheat with new pussy, women cheat with familiar dick. Women also backslide with familiar dick. Women they'll have one night stands and girls trips and all this other kind of stuff. But when they cheat on guys. They cheat with guys that they know. When they're in a dry spell, when their rotation is down, or if they just got ghosted by the guy they really like, and they're looking for some quick, free attention, they're going to turn to their exes. She wants to get back with you because she wants that safety net. What was your relationship like when you were actually together for 3 years?
It was kind of like Beaver Cleaver.
Okay. All right. So it was good until it was not.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. Okay. I guess my very, very last question. I mean, I asked you what benefit does she bring you? You didn't really tell me. Other than the sex and the kid. And listen, I'm not being facetious here. I'm asking you honestly. I need something. Give me a benefit of being in a relationship with this woman aside from the great sex, which is a big factor, but you got to look past that sometimes, and your daughter.
I would just say, just after our conversation alone and like all this wisdom you dropped on me, she was just like, and I know she's not going to watch it, but she was just a great emotional support animal.
Okay, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. Have you ever heard of, I'll leave you with this. You ever heard of Tom Green?
Yeah,
Tom Green. So he had testicular cancer. I forget. It was a long, long time. He is a funny guy. He had testicular cancer, and Drew Barrymore, the actress, was sort of there with him and sort of helped him with this cancer thing. Drew Barrymore did it because my guess is that she has a good heart, whatever the case may be. I guess she didn't want anything from him. Tom Green fell in love with her and wanted to marry her. Drew Barrymore did not. And the reason why she didn't, Drew probably couldn't tell you this because she probably doesn't know it. It's operating in the background. Women cannot remain sexually attracted to men that they are the emotional support for. It's great when it happens, but that kind of love can't really sustain if her emotional support was the beginning and the engine of your relationship. And really, to be quite honest with you, her mindset is like, okay, if this guy falls off the cliff again or whatever the case may be, I'm going to have to be there to help him pick up the pieces. And as you well know at this point, women can be equipped to do that at times, just depending upon what their life is, but they don't want to. And at 40 years old, dude, she was in her early 30s when you met. She has neither the time nor the energy to do that for you anymore. The reason why she wants to get back with you is because she doesn't have anybody else right now. That's it.
Dude, like, I really do appreciate this wisdom because, like, you just.
Of course.
I'll hop off, but, like, dude, you just made so much sense. So, anyone that's watching and you can relate to my story, and, like, what Donovan just said, like, perfect information.
Good stuff, man. Hey, you got to keep us updated, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Real Rain 89, long time listener / watcher, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate him joining in. Yeah, you know, it's always very, very tough. It's always very, very tough when you have a child with someone. And listen, man, every man has down periods in his life, and every man, you know, we sort of come across like that woman or those people who sort of emotionally lift us up, but those relationships cannot be sustained romantically because women simply are not equipped to do that constantly. Like, women need someone who is going to be strong, someone who finds them strong, rises above the weakness, et cetera, et cetera. Aaron Moses, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Just watching you. I'm on lunch break right now, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Where are you calling me from?
LA.
LA. All right, Aaron. What's on your mind?
I have a few questions. I actually wrote them down.
Okay. All right. What you
So I
got?
watch a lot of content, man, and
Okay.
I don't remember exactly where I heard that. I know it was a dude because I don't watch, content about men or from women.
Sure.
So someone said to that I need to find out a woman's emotional language and speak to a woman's emotions and speak to the woman inside of her. How would you describe that if how do you describe that logically? And it wasn't like
That's
it was a red pill guy who said it. So
yeah. That's so let me get this straight. This red pill guy told you to speak a woman's language.
speak a woman's emotional language and speak to the woman inside her. Speak to her,
Okay, that's
the
bro.
woman in her.
Listen. All due respect,
Mm,
whoever that is, that's bitch babble, man. Because what the hell does that even mean, right? Like
I don't
speak to
know.
no, you know what I mean? Like that sounds like some. And listen, do all due respect. Like you have to speak to a woman's language and speak to a woman inside of her. Dude? What does that mean? Right? And the thing is
Mm,
the reason why you're asking me this is because you don't know what the hell it means. That's just relationship. That's just relationship bitch babble. You must find the woman's emotional language and speak to the woman inside her. No, speak to the fucking woman, man. And here's the thing: you want to know what a woman's emotional language is? It doesn't matter what it is because whatever it is right now, it's going to be different 10 minutes from now, and whatever it is
right.
10
Okay.
minutes from now, it's going to be different 15 minutes from now. A woman's emotional language that's just chicken soup for the soul type shit. That literally means nothing. Speak to the woman inside of her. That doesn't mean anything.
Okay. So next, so my girl, she recently had a death in the family. So I had to adjust how I, interacted with her, being more sensitive, more caring, and things like that, because she
Of
was
course.
emotional. So after day 5, I took a couple days off of work, bereavement, and I would help her around the house with the baby and things like that. But I would go home for like an hour and a half to get some space.
Okay.
But it was like day 5 or 6 where I said I can't remember what she said to me, but what I said was, um, I know that you're going through something right now, but my
Okay.
patience is really running thin with you.
Okay.
Now, after I said that, she kind of went off and she was like, "You don't know how to speak to women. Oh my God, why would you say that to me?" And I said, because it's true, because you're like taking advantage of this point. Like, I know you're going through something, but my patience is running thin with you. Now, my first question is, what does that mean? What is the woman needs translation for? You don't know how to speak to women.
You're not telling me what I want to hear. That's all that is, man.
Okay.
You're not telling me what I want to hear. And let me
Mhm.
let me just back up for a second. Why do you feel like she's taking advantage of you? Like you said, it's
Because
been like day 5 or 6. What is she doing or saying that's making you think she's sort of taking advantage of you?
because I stopped checking her on certain things, and I
Oh,
just was like, you know what? I know she's going through this.
okay. Yeah,
Stay,
that makes sense.
stay calm or whatever. Just walk
And she's
away.
sort of yeah, and it sounds like she's using this grief as an excuse to be out of pocket, and so you're not checking her on these things, right?
We're good now, but that first 5 days, it was a very close family member. She wasn't all the way there. Like, she'll be
Okay.
walking in the grocery store and just stop and be like, I can't do this. Or we were just driving around one day and she was like, oh my God, I already have coffee. We drove like 2 miles to Starbucks. She already had coffee. She couldn't pick anything on the menu to eat any other
Oh boy.
sandwiches. Like,
Ay, ay, ay.
it was hitting her, bro. So,
Sure, sure.
but yeah, that 5th day, I was like, nah, you're doing too much, bro.
And you said you don't know how to speak to women. What ended up straightening you guys out? Did you just leave it alone, or how did that end up?
Yeah, I just left it alone. I
Okay,
left
good.
it
And
alone.
eventually she came around and she's acting right now. You're checking her on stuff, et cetera, et cetera.
She's cool now. Yeah,
Okay.
this was week 3. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just keep in mind that it is very difficult to navigate past a tragedy. Obviously, when you
Hmm.
have when you have a when you're with someone, when you have a relationship with someone, and they're going through something like that emotionally, it can be tough. It can be very, very tough. But By the same token, you cannot let her get away with anything. So I mean, and why would she be talking all slick to you if she is supposedly, if she's grieving, right? So what you have to understand in the future, and it is a delicate balance. Just understand, just because she's going through something that happened to her does not give her license to be out of pocket. Yes, women are going to get emotional. They're going to say and do shit that they don't mean. I understand that, and you do have to give her a little bit of grace. But after 5 days, you did the right thing and let her know, hey, look, like, you're doing too much and it needs to stop. Now, you said help take care of the kid. Do you have a kid with this woman?
We have a 3-year-old, yeah.
Okay, you have a 3-year-old. Okay, I just wanted to understand. Okay, all right. Just making sure we're not dating single moms out here. So
no, definitely not. So that wasn't too like that. It didn't feel because I took a breath. I said it very calmly, and she just flipped out. I think it was just that. I don't think I said anything wrong. So how do I know? That was my last question. How do I know when I'm operating with the game or if I actually truly did something inappropriate?
Yeah, does she still love and respect you?
How do you know? Because you don't know her. Like, huh?
Does she still love and respect you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then obviously you did something right. And listen, man, we hear this stuff all the time. If you make her eyes wet, you make her pussy wet, right? Like, that's kind of how that goes. Obviously, in this particular situation, that clearly does not apply. But you handled it the right way. You were just honest with it. Be like, look, it's been 5-6 days. So and so died, and you're doing too much. You're taking advantage. You're being too much of an emotional. Blah 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 blah. Even if the worst case scenario happens, just at that point, you just have to stand your ground. Never ever ever, Aaron. Never ever apologize. Okay, never apologize, because a lot of times what women do when they go off on you for being freakishly honest with them is they're trying to condition you not to do it again. Right? Because normally when you check her on things in the past, she usually heeds what you say. Am I wrong?
Oh, no, you're right.
Right. But she had this tragedy in her family. Someone close to her in her family died, and she just wasn't acting right. But she said, okay, listen, I've given you 5 days to do what you need to do. Now it's time. Now it's time. And again, you don't want to be insensitive, right? This is obviously still recent, and it takes a long time to get over, the death of a family member, especially one that you've been close with. But by the same token, she has a relationship to cultivate. She has a relationship to take care of. Do not allow your woman to just let herself go and listen. Allow her a few days to grieve and get it all out, but do not allow her to disrespect you. I'm glad that you actually came out and said, hey, look, you're doing too much, and this needs to stop.
Right. I have I actually asked this in the chat, but I'm already up here. Sure. So what do you think? I've been watching a lot of Red Pill I stopped for a couple months. Mm-hmm. I've been watching a lot of Red Pill content for the past about a week, and it's made me a little bit colder and more like distant from my girl. What do you think that is?
Yeah, this is just you coming to the real... There's a famous saying that says you can either love women or you can understand them, but you can never do both. I always amend it. I say you can either love women or understand them, but you can rarely do both. You have to understand, Aaron, the more you, and this isn't to say, and I say this all the time, women are not good, they're not bad, they just are, okay? They're like water. They take the shape of the container that they are put into. If you put them into a feminist container, they're going to be feminist. If you put them into a traditional container, they're going to be traditional, right? But when you consume enough of this content, or if you have enough experience with women, at some point, it's almost like the scales are starting to be taken off of your eyes. I remember when I first found this community, I sort of dove in head first, and after a while, I realized that girls were not these shiny, great-smelling, awesome creatures that they used to be. I saw them for what they really were. And I think what's happening, you're probably going through like almost like a second stage of anger with I'm not going to say it's the anger phase, but you're going through a little bit of resentment because you're finding out and you're thinking, okay, wait a minute, my girl has done this or she said that. But what's really happening is you're starting to understand her better and you're starting to reconcile your feelings with that understanding. Now, you have to continue to consume this content, because if you don't, you are going to backslide. But you have to, but then, and you really, really have to understand this. You're never going to feel the same. You're never going to feel those endorphin, oxytocin-like feelings for your girl after you find out the truth about who they really are and how they really move. So again, you're going to have to reconcile to yourself, okay, I'm going to be in a relationship with a woman. I'm going to love her. I'm going to do right by her, but I'm not going to be all starry-eyed and pussy-whipped and all this other kind of stuff, thinking that her shit doesn't stink, or that she doesn't fart, she toots, or that she doesn't sweat, she glistens. Women, dude, they shit, fart, and burp just like the rest of us. It just happens to smell a little bit better at times. You know what I mean? And so what's going on with you is you're starting to you're starting to understand who and what she really is. And if at the end of this, man, you still care about her and you still want to be with her, great. At least you're going in with at least you continue with the understanding in terms of who and what she really is. Because I'll tell you this, would you rather have a little bit of resentment from your girl and still be in a good relationship with her, or would you rather just see her through rose-colored glasses and eventually be taken advantage of? That's only a question that you can answer.
Right, definitely the first one. That's probably she gets pretty mad when she not catches me, but when she sees that I've been watching red pill content, because she has my premium on her TV, and she's like, "Oh, you're watching that fucking weird guy with the." I'm like, "No, you shut the fuck up." Yeah, she is pretty. Like the dude that hates women. How is he even married? Does he have children? I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You watch all the goofy ass shit. She sends me like feminist shit every day.
Oh my God! So you're with a
little
dude.
Shorts.
You're with a
bro,
so you're with a.
Yeah, bro. She says she's not a feminist. She just believes in equal opportunities for women. But she's a feminist. If I say anything negative about feminism, she'll talk for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Bring up all the articles, give me the history, the law.
Of course.
I thought you said you were a feminist.
Look, man. Listen, and the thing is you could ask most women will tell you I'm not a feminist, okay? But you spend enough time around a woman who says she's not a feminist, you'll see that she aligns with feminist beliefs. So just because she says she's not a feminist does not mean that she isn't a feminist. So let me ask you: you're obviously red pill aware, and she is a feminist. How is that working out? I mean, she's got to have a great ass. That's what I'm thinking.
She has a cold ass body.
Man, I knew it. Look, I knew it was something.
We just don't get into politics at all.
Okay.
I'm a Trump supporter. She's Mexican.
Okay. Shout out.
That doesn't mean she's not a Trump supporter. She doesn't like her president that she picked.
Okay.
How does that work with her being a feminist? Because she's also very logical for a woman. So she understands that certain things are just not going to work. She understands force doctrine. She understands that at the end of the day, for feminism to be feminism, they have to they need patriarchy for feminism to be a
absolutely.
thing.
Yep.
She understands that, and she wants things in life. And she knows that feminism can't give that to her. Only we can.
Are you guys in it for, like, could this relationship potentially go the distance, in your opinion?
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. And why is that?
She's in school. We're going to buy a house in like 2 years.
Okay, all right. Okay, so listen, you guys have a 3-year-old. You're going to buy a house in 2 years. My guess is that you are the head of household. Like, you are obviously you consult with her. You guys have a kid together. I understand that. She has your ear, but you are the final decision maker, no?
She calls me for anything. She calls me to see what she should get from Jack in the Box.
Oh, dude.
I'm not even.
Next time she asks you, tell her curly fries, bruh. Curly fries.
I'm eating them right now.
Oh my God.
How many times have we had red meat this week? I'm like, we already maxed out twice.
If she asks you, look, check this out. If she asks you that again, how many times have we had red meat this week? Your answer, not enough. Let's have a steak tonight. Try to agree and amplify, because listen, it sounds like your girl buys into the feminist beliefs outside, but when she hits you with all this feminist stuff, all she's doing is shit testing you. And the reason why she's still with you is because you stand on your square, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really were that simp ass nigga who was, kowtowing to her all the time, you guys would not be in a relationship. So clearly she loves and respects you, but she's seeing stuff on the internet that is sort of that is contrary to what she believes. In the future, Aaron, don't make red pill talking points with your girl anymore. Don't talk to her about, and I'm being dead ass. Don't talk to her about feminism. Don't talk to her about red pill stuff. Don't even get into a debate with her. Okay. Just let her run off at the mouth. Because when you engage her, what she thinks in her mind subconsciously is that maybe she's making a little bit of sense. I guarantee you, she has a friend or a coworker or someone in her family that's telling her, "Yo, you got to work on him. Eventually, he's gonna stop watching this weirdo Donovan Sharp who wears weird jewelry and has this funky ass watch and never shows his face and all this other kind of stuff and blah 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 blah." And by the way, I do show my face. Just got to watch my videos. But I guarantee you, there's somebody on her side that is in her ear. You have to understand something, Aaron. Your girl is either going to listen to you or she's going to listen to everyone else. Make sure she listens to you. So in the future, don't take what she says about feminism seriously, number one. Number two, I don't know, man. I wouldn't, I always tell guys, don't watch red pill content with your girl. You know what I mean? Because that always causes just undue strife. Stand on your square, stand on business, don't allow her to disrespect you, and you guys should be just fine, man.
All right, man. I appreciate that, man.
Good
she
stuff.
Definitely hates you, so keep on giving her more of a reason to hate you, man.
Hey, tell her I said that she is tell her I said this. She is very lucky to have you in her life. Tell her that I said that.
I will. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for your support over the years, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Good stuff, man. It sounds like Aaron. It sounds like Aaron has got things. It sounds like Aaron's got things taken care of, man. It sounds like Aaron's got things taken care of. It just sounds like his woman is just shit testing him. Because, dude, like if your girl is calling you, hey, like what should I pick up from Jack in the Box? It appears that you have full control. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like she's trying to cosplay as a feminist, right? Legend also says arguing with your girl assumes that you are equal in the relationship. Absolutely. Oh, JF says get a burner account. Yeah, I'm always very, very wary about girls who watch. And listen, don't get me wrong, man. Every once in a while, a woman can benefit from watching red pill content with their guy. Dana Gonzalez, I don't know if she's in here. She benefits from that. Melanie Barrios, she benefits from that. So, but those are Elena. She's a part. I mean, those are the major exceptions to the rule. But for civilians, outsiders, non-content creator personnel, non-red pill people, you have to really be careful about that. Derek the Trader with the 219 SAR super chat. I have no idea how much that is. Says, what are your thoughts? Oh boy. On Larry Wheel's recent public humiliation by his spouse, these kinds of things seem to be happening a lot lately. Guys, my thoughts on the whole, and I like Larry Wheels. I love Larry Wheels. I think he gives out good information. He's very honest about his steroid use and, bodybuilder guy, super disciplined. My thoughts on the Larry Wheels situation, that is a slap in the face of all MGTOW and some MGTOW and some black pill guys, right? There are a lot of guys out there who say, well, all you need is you just look good and be rich and ripped and you'll have women at your feet. That is never true. Akash Singh is a freaking millionaire. He's a comedian. He got humiliated by his girl. Larry Wheels is going through the same thing. So my thoughts on that is, yeah, Larry Wheels is what we call a blue pill alpha, right? He's sort of a like he's got the money, he's got the fame, he's a good looking guy, he's got the muscles, but he doesn't have that red pill game, right? And Larry Wheels is and he looks like the type of guy who's always been handsome. He's always been good with the ladies. And men who have always been good with the ladies and then they get some sort of status, it how can I put this? It puts them in situations they're not used to, whereas their women are on, and I think his girl is a content creator too. Never, ever, ever, ever date women who are content creators, number one. And number two, if your girl wants to create content, you got to let her know up front up front, and you guys know, and I'm actually going to start playing some videos while I wait for you guys up here. You guys know, I used to tell girls all the time, I don't commit to women who go to bars or clubs. I don't commit to women who are on social media. I don't commit to women who travel for work. I don't commit to women who do girls' nights out, etc., etc. You should also add, I don't commit to women who are content creators. I'm sorry. So, and you got to let her know that up front. So in the future, if she says, hey, I noticed that you're a content creator, I've been thinking about being a content creator too. Treat it like she's on social media. Treat it like she wants to go to the club. Be like, okay, well, you understood. I said I don't commit to women who are content creators. Well, are you saying that I can't be a content creator? That's not at all what I'm saying. What I am saying is that when you become a content creator, you become the type of woman that I don't date. So you are essentially dumping me. Oh my God, that's so petty. Lisa, I told you this from the start. I do not commit to women who are content creators. If you want to become a content creator, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not your father. Okay? But no, you can either be a content creator or you can be in a relationship with me, but you're not going to do both. Make your choice and then shut up. Aaron Moses, the one with the $10 super chat, says, thanks, brother. More red pills. Get the likes up, y'all. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, Larry Wheels is, he's almost the same as like a Mike Rashid. Mike Rashid, good looking guy, bodybuilder, millionaire. He's like, he clearly has shown, and I've heard some stuff about Mike Rashid in the past. Like he doesn't understand women. He knows how to attract them. He obviously knows how to fuck them, and he knows this and that and the third. He doesn't understand the intricacies of women like we do, right? I mean, I'm a below average looking guy, but you cannot take relationship or life advice from guys like Larry Wheels and or Mike Rashid. Bodybuilding, boxing, yes, listen away. But when it comes to learning how to handle women, you cannot listen to guys like Larry Wheels, Mike Rashid, Akash Singh, etc., etc. You just can't do it. Because those guys, again, when you've had nothing but success with women, like I think of it this way. Good-looking girls, like being born attractive in this country, it's almost a curse for women. And the reason why it can be a curse is because you never know who's being honest with you. Everyone lies to good-looking girls to some degree on different levels because deep down inside, they really want to fuck her. And what ends up happening is girls don't develop themselves outside of the way they look. And so when they get to be about 25, 26, 27, 28, when their looks start to fade, they don't really bring anything to the table. So when people are asking you, okay, when her girlfriends ask her, hey, I need to get this guy, all she can do is tell them, I don't know, lipstick and heels. Well, it's the same as guys like Larry Wheels, and I see you, Justin, I'm going to get to you in just a second. Larry Wheels and Mike Rashid. Like, these guys have always been good looking. They've always, and so they don't, and because women have always come easy to them, they don't really understand the intricacies of true attraction. Yes, they look good. That gets them in the door. But how do you maintain that loyalty? How do you maintain that respect? If girls are throwing themselves at you all the time, you don't develop the kind of backbone that it requires to keep the respect of a good-looking woman. And you would think that a big guy like Mike Rashid, big guy like Larry Wheels, their women would automatically respect them. Guys, that a woman is not going to respect you just because you're jacked. We tell you guys all the time, make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. But you also have to learn game. You also have to learn game, and when we say game, we mean understanding women and treating them exactly the way they deserve to be treated. All right, Justin Consciousness, what's going on, brother? Where you calling me from today, man?
Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, brother. How you doing today?
Right on, I'm good. I'm calling in from sunny Florida, although it is a little chilly right now.
Yeah, I've heard. What's on your mind, Justin?
Man, I just wanted to ask, I feel like it's come up, and I think it'll be relevant for a lot of guys. Like, you get out of a relationship, it was kind of rough. I had called you and even talked about that at one point, one-on-one. Okay. And, like, I know you need some time, but, like, how long do you think, like, I've been grinding, I've been working out. I know I needed some time to heal because it was, like some nasty stuff, and I have to get into it unless you want me to, but really it was mainly just around like betrayal. So I just really needed some time to heal and stuff. So but how long is too long before I'm just like kind of being like weak? I just need to get back out there. Is that different, or you got like an idea about that?
Well, let me ask you this: how long has it been since the breakup?
Like October.
October. So let's see. October. I'm not a mathematician. Let's see.
Like almost 6 months. About 6 months, which that's what I was starting to be like. All right, that's kind of been a while.
Okay. How long were you with her before you guys split up?
A few years.
Okay. It's gonna take.
Like she was supposed to be like the one and stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to take a little longer than 6 months, Justin. And listen, by the way, you are absolutely doing the right thing. What a lot of a mistake that a lot of women make, and this is why a lot of women are so damaged because they're in and out of relationships without healing. What girls will tell each other, and you've probably heard this before, a lot of girls advise each other, well, in order to get over him, you have to get under him. And girls do that because getting dick is literally easier than breathing and brushing your teeth. What ends up happening is that a girl goes through a bad breakup. She starts having sex with another guy. They get in a relationship, bad breakup. She's bringing the baggage from the first relationship into the second relationship. When she gets out of that relationship, she brings the baggage from the first and second relationship into the third relationship, and so on and so forth. Whereas if she had taken time to heal, 6 months, 9 months, whatever the case may be, she's not bringing those relationship 1 issues into relationship 2. The exact same thing happens with men. So listen, I'm sure if you're on your grind, you probably could have someone else, whatever the case may be, but you cannot get back out there until you are damn good and ready. And you're a man, Justin, okay? Unlike women, we have plenty of time. You don't sound like you're in your 60s or 70s. So my guess is that there's 6 months is, especially if you've been with her for a few years, my guess is that you guys had plans together. Obviously, there was some, betrayal, infidelity, whatever the case may be. That's going to take you a while to get over. And I'll tell you this too. When I moved to Las Vegas, I moved to Las Vegas 7 months after. Actually, it was 7 months because it was December, January, February. It was 7 months after my breakup with Amy. I was in Las Vegas I still wasn't over her. It took me, and I was only with her for a little over a year. It took me a good year and a half for me to finally get over her. And when I did, that's when I sort of had a clear mind. So there is with women, there's a timetable, right? With women, there's a timetable. And if you were a woman, I'd say, okay, you need to get to getting because you're not getting any younger. You're a man. It takes as long as it takes. So if you are still hung up on her, if you still have those feelings, if it still gives you a pang in your stomach when you think about even the good times, it's not quite time yet. So my advice to you would be to stay on the grind, keep doing what you're doing. It will get easier, okay? It is going to get easier because I'm sure you've heard this, time heals all wounds, and that is 100% true. Sometimes it takes a little more time than others.
Right on. Awesome, brother. I appreciate that. That sounds like great advice as always. And that's I've just been starting to kind of feel like I am getting a little better. So yeah, I should just wait. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, just
Thanks
wait.
a lot,
No problem. Listen, wait a little longer, and I would, if I were you, wait 90 days, right? So February, March, April, May the 22nd. As a matter of fact, here's what I would do if I were you: set a calendar reminder, May 22nd of 2026. When that calendar reminder goes off, think to yourself, okay, how do I feel now as compared to what I felt when I called Donovan Sharp on February 22nd? If at that point, and you're a man, you can gauge yourself and just be honest with yourself. If you're not quite ready, then give it 60 days. If you're not quite ready after that, then give it 30 days. After that, you should be well on your way. At that point, and you're never really fully going to get over her. There's always going to be there are always going to be remnants of feelings, but right now, these aren't remnants as far as you're concerned. Clearly, the feelings are still there because this was a multi-year relationship. So it's going to take a little longer than 6 months for you to get over it. But if you're starting to feel a little bit better now, give it 90 days, sort of revisit your feelings, sort of take stock, and then move from there.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you calling. Yeah, man. Justin and Justin has been he's been a longtime supporter of mine. He's been a long time supporter of mine. Love talking to that guy, man. Holy moly. How long has he been? He's been a supporter for like years. Like he's crazy. I mean, dude, it's absolutely crazy how long he's been in here. Derek the Trader with another 219.99 SAR Super Chat says, want a quick fix, guys? Oh, here we go. Listen to this very carefully. He says, want a quick fix, guys? Stop watching spicy content. Stop having happy time alone and start going to the gym 3 times a week minimum. You will become Tarzan and start kicking life's ass. Try it for 30 days. You literally have nothing to lose. You know, this is interesting. This is very interesting. And I don't think I've ever really talked about, because you guys all know, I have not masturbated to pornography since I was 37 years old. Okay, and I'm 48 now, so it's been over a decade. I don't think I realized how much not masturbating to porn helped my game. We all know that the most challenging part of pickup game, as it were, is the rejection. You get rejected, right? It's hard to keep going when you get rejected. But when you have heavy balls, when you are really trying to fuck, you sort of just kind of go through that. Guys, when you stop masturbating, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the magic alpha pill, because a lot of, let me give you an example. And I actually talked about this with Derek on our last consultation call. There was one girl that I worked with, and she was this vegetarian, wokey, whatever, and she kept trying to get me, oh, you got to be a vegetarian, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, well, I got to get my protein. Well, she's like, well, you can get protein from other stuff, from other things. I just had to tell her, okay, look, I think her name was Lori. I said, Lori, I'm not going to stop eating meat because I like meat. I like steak. I like the way it tastes, okay? And I told her, I said, listen, you look great. I'm sure it's benefiting you. I like steak. I like chicken. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it because I like steak too much. Now, maybe that's going to cost me down the line. Maybe it won't. But I just had to be honest with her. Stop talking to me about this because I like steak. There are a lot of people, I said all that to say this. There are a lot of people who are sort of against the no fap thing, and they characterize it as, well, these guys talking about this no fap or this seminal retention, they're selling it as this magic bullet. Just because you don't jerk off doesn't mean you're going to wake up rich and No. I'm not saying that it's the magic bullet, but I am telling you right now, when you do not masturbate to pornography, guys, your focus is on point, dude. Your skin clears up. Guys, I'm telling you, I am living proof. And I don't think I ever acknowledged the fact that my lack of pornography consumption was a major reason for my unprecedented success in Las Vegas. There's a reason why I fucked hundreds of girls there. It's because I was approaching thousands of girls. And the reason I was approaching thousands of girls is because I was fucking horny. And the reason why I was horny is because I wasn't jerking off. And just like Derek said, try it for 30 days, guys. What have you got to lose? Anybody, and here's the deal. Anybody who speaks out against it and says, well, listen, it's not going to be the magic bullet and it doesn't work. Those are guys who just like to masturbate to porn, just like I eat steak. Just like Derek said, what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? I'm telling you right now, do the 30-day challenge. Set a timer, set a calendar reminder on your phone. What is it? March 22nd of 2026. Do not whack off until March 22nd, okay? Until March 22nd, and just see how you feel. And I guarantee you, if you whack off on March 22nd, you're gonna fucking regret it. You are going to immediately regret it. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to tell you. A lot of people, Donovan, how did you get so good with girls? There are many, 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 many reasons, okay? But one of the unsung reasons for my resiliency and my work ethic was because I did not jerk off to pornography. I stopped jerking off, guys. Dude, it helped me in the gym. It helped me with girls. It helped me in bed. Everything. It helped me with everything. It's not the magic bullet, guys. It's not the magic bullet. But I will say this. Steroids is not going to make you stronger, okay? Unless you work out, okay? Not jerking off is almost like a steroid, okay? The only difference is you don't have to work out. Not jerking off helps you physically, mentally, everything. You don't have to take my advice. Listen, if you like jerking off to porn, fine, more power to you. Do what you got to do. But I'm telling you right now, if you want more mental clarity, more physical discipline, if you want to sleep better, obviously you have to be taking care of yourself, no drinking, drugs, etc. But not jerking off to pornography, guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the secret weapon, but it is a very important one. Your life will be better if you do not jerk off to porn. I'll just put it to you like that. Man, dude, W advice. Yeah, absolutely. W advice from Derek the Trader. Let's see. Somebody over on Rumble, Saber89 says we all have that red pill moment. Care if I come on and tell you? No, absolutely. Come on and tell us, man. Come on and tell us what your red pill moment was. Let me read a couple of your chats here, and I'll wait for because I think Saber89 was on last week, who I think was dating the 27-year-old nurse. Who has a thing for him. He said, hey, look, I like to go out for steak. You're more than welcome to tag along. And that's exactly why she's still checking for him. So yeah, Saber89, if you wanna come up and tell us your red pill origin story, more power to you, man. Come on up. Hellfunk says, anyone else catch the men's hockey team secure the gold medal by beating Canada? It took 40 years to happen, but glad to see it. Absolutely. Correction, it took 46 years to do that, because today is the 46th year anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. Yes, the 1980 U.S. Olympics team with no NHL players, a bunch of college kids. Herb Brooks put them through the ringer, almost made them quit, and they made history. They shocked Russia in the semifinals. And by the way, Russia actually beat Team USA in 1980 before the semifinal. They beat them 10-3 in the prelims. And for the United States to come back just a week and a half later and beat those boys 4-3. Now, of course, that wasn't the gold medal game. The gold medal game, they had to beat Finland. But yes, I absolutely saw that. Dude, the Canadians, I'm going to tell you what, man. Canada, that was probably the greatest collection of talent I think I have ever seen on a hockey rink. Like Canada, dude, they absolutely, dude. And then they started putting Connor McDavid with Nate McKinnon and Macklin Celebrini. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. And I'll be honest with you, Canada outplayed the United States for much of the game. But the United States, they scored goals when it mattered the most, including in overtime. So shout out to Jack Hughes. All right, very good. All right, well, I'll wait for Saber89. What I'm gonna do now is, while I'm waiting for, and again, guys, I'm gonna post the link in the chat. And listen, thanks for the guys who have come up. Thanks for the guys who have come up and who are open and honest and shared their thoughts. Shout out to Spawn. I appreciate him coming up. And listen, a lot of us might laugh and chuckle. I'm telling you, a lot of guys have some pretty weird kinks. A lot of guys have some pretty weird kinks. And listen, that doesn't make you weird. It just is what it is. And then of course he had the stuff that happened to him, a little bit, early in his life. So, hey, listen, he seems to speak with purpose. So shout out to him for coming up and being honest with us there. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play for you guys. I'm going to play for you guys a consultation that I had with a man who thought he had found a virgin. You guys might remember this guy. Because he actually called in about a year and a half later. I will let this video play for your entertainment and education until I get somebody pulled up. Here we go.
A young virgin. It's because she's a high quality woman, and I believe that she is worth the risk, So yeah, that's why I disagree with you
So your disagreement was because when I was on with Alex with Playing with Fire, I said that if you get married to a woman while she is young, that means she's low value. Is that what I said?
No, you said that if a man marry a woman when she's young, he's not high value because of the court system and all the laws about marriage, and because you teach men to not get married. I disagree with that. I believe that men should get married because I'm a traditional man, so
okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So
okay. Okay. Yeah. No. Look, I completely understand what you're talking about here. Men should not. I'll put it to you this way, and this is funny. We actually had a conversation about this on hashtag How to Relationship podcast yesterday. Is there has always been the institution of marriage has been around long before court systems ever got involved, right? 500 and 600 years ago, there were men and women who considered themselves to be husbands and wives to each other without the state being involved. Now, the organizations person that oversaw the marriage was the church, but the church did not get involved legally. So I would submit to you that men should not get married in a legal sense. Don't sign a marriage certificate. Don't sign a marriage license. If you really want to get married to a woman, then do private marriage. Get married in a church, have the whole ceremony. Just don't do it legally. That way, you can show the world that you have chosen a woman. The world knows that you are calling yourselves husband and wife. Just because the court system doesn't see you as a husband and wife does not mean that you are not a husband and a wife. Devin and I, we're not married. We're not legally married. We're not private married, but people still call us husband and wife because we've been in a relationship for nearly 6 years. So what are your thoughts about private marriage?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but how can I put this? There's many people who still take the risk to legally get married despite of all the laws, and I'm ready to take that risk if that woman is high quality enough. You understand? So I'm not scared about the government and all the laws because I trust that woman to not screw me over in the divorce court and to stay loyal to me until death.
See, this is where you're wrong because even women with the best intentions, when they get, if you marry, now here's the thing, you obviously English is your second language, or it's not your first language. Where are you originally from?
I live in Canada. I'm French.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. French Canadian. Good stuff. All right, let's go to Saber. All right, Saber, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going? How's it going with your nurse friend, man?
It's going pretty. About what the same was last week.
Okay.
But
where are you calling me from again, if you don't mind me asking?
Illinois.
Okay, Illinois. That's right. Okay, so what's on your mind, man?
All right. I was gonna say when I was younger, probably my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
When I used to work McDonald's back in the day, and
okay.
At the time there was a young lady I worked with that I liked.
Okay.
What happened was she ended up dating one of our other coworkers. Blah blah blah. So I never said anything.
Okay.
And then time went on, we became friends. My cousin and her were best friends, so we all hung out all the time. Okay. I would come over to their house at night, etc., etc.
Okay.
Right? And I found myself catching feelings more and more and more because the more you hang out with them, the more you're more likely to catch feelings for them.
Absolutely.
And so what I tried to do to get over it was I shot my shot at her sister.
I'm gonna give you a Don DeMarco for that one, my guy. Now, how did it go? Did you hit the shot? Like, what happened?
She turned me down flat code.
Okay, hey, look, you shot your shot, bro. It is what it is.
Right. And so anyway, time went on, and she ended up breaking up with the guy. And so one day I just you have to get the courage sometimes to actually come out with your feelings. Just to put it all on the open, all on the table.
Of course.
And it was one night we was driving. I went to go drop her off at home, and we sat in the car for a minute. And I was like, "Hey, man, I want to talk to you. Blah blah blah." I tell her how I felt about her. That I just couldn't just be friends with her, etc., etc. Okay. And she hit me with the famous line that we hear on all these podcasts. And you kind of know what the line is. We're friends. I don't want to mess nothing up.
Oh my God! Yes. I don't want to ruin our friendship. I don't want to ruin what we have. Of course.
Oh man! Hey, let her know she know that just me coming out anyway and telling her how I felt just ruined the friendship anyway.
Sure, of course.
Because it ain't never gonna be the same. You can't hang out with somebody like that you have feelings for.
No. Let me correct you. You can't hang out with somebody that you have feelings for when they've been made aware that you have feelings for them.
Right.
Because you had feelings for her for longer than for a short time. Before you actually told her. So when she knows, that's when things get awkward for sure.
Yeah. So I kind of just wiped the slate clean with her, and went on living my life doing what I was doing anyway. And it find out a few years later, I had a house party, and I invited my cousin, her, they all came over because we didn't hang out in years.
Okay. Oh wow.
I invited some coworkers over that I used to work with at another job,
Okay.
You know, and one of the ladies, she liked me, and what so all this is like one whole red pill like moment, like where I finally started to understand women and how they act and stuff like that. Um, so the one lady came over with her friends and started flirting with me.
Ooh.
Right. So the girl that I told her how I felt about her a couple years ago started acting kind of funny about it.
Of course. Of course. Of course. There you go. And the reason why she started to act funny about it is because there is an attractive woman who is giving you attention. So now she's thinking, oh, wait a minute. What does he have that I'm not seeing? This attractive woman is flirting with this guy. I turned him down, but she must see something that I don't see. That's what women think subconsciously.
Yeah. And it kind of, you know, it definitely was a good night. You know, I pretty much shut the party down and went on about my night, had some fun. And it just really awoke me up about, you know, kind of like the dynamic between male and female relationships, what can work, what can't work.
That's right.
And it kind of, you know, this put me on this was way before I found you know, like you guys, like Fresh Fit, you, etc.
Yeah.
You know, so I started to learn, you know, how to approach and what's the word, deal with women, I guess, on a more like if I want to talk to you, I'm just gonna tell you I want to talk to you. I ain't trying to be friends with nobody.
Straight up. You know, yeah.
If you want to be friends, you talk to somebody else.
And girls try to do this. They try, well, what are your intentions? Well, my intentions are to try to get with you. Like, I'm not here to be friends. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Well, believe it, sweetie. I just said it.
And yeah, and like I said, kudos to you guys, because like I tell some people, like even guys that's my own age, like my brothers and people like that I know, they're nowhere near, they still buy into the whole system.
Sure.
And that's cool. You know,
happy life, all that. Yeah.
But me going off my life experiences, what I dealt with, what I've been through, and what I see around me from other people, it culminated to like when I started watching these podcasts, everything just started. The light just came on brighter than ever before. I'm like, man, this is like everybody.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has one of the same type of stories that I got.
Yep.
Been through the same situations, and then had to figure out how to weasel them right up out of it.
One thing that a lot of men have, this is why red pill content resonates with so many men, is because deep down we all have red pill knowledge, right? And I would describe the red pill, like discovering it as, okay, wait a minute, I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'm not the only one who has seen this stuff happen. It's almost like the red pill gives you permission to acknowledge out loud and to yourself what you probably kind of already knew. Now, there are obviously things that we have to learn, but as long as you get that foundational knowledge in terms of, you know, pre-selection, monkey branching, et cetera, you really sort of see things in a whole new light. And the reason why so many men go through the gorging phase where they're drinking up everything is because they're looking for confirmation. Confirmation. And that's why this kind of content gets addictive, man, is because we're telling you things that you probably already know in a different way. And that's why it resonates with men most of the time.
And that's the craziest thing about it. When I'm talking to like some of my friends, when I'm talking to my friends or like my cousins and stuff about this kind of stuff, because I see their relationships, kind of what they're going through, and like how like there's like most of the time like they don't hold no friends with their wives and nothing like that.
Nope.
And they talk down on them. They walk over them sometimes. And I'm like, bro, like, dude, like that's, you know. She only doing that because you ain't gonna say nothing back to her.
Yep.
Or the moment you stand 10 toes down on something, you know, she's gonna pull back. It's gonna be a little bit rough for her at first because you ain't never done it before.
That's right.
You know, there's gonna be an adjustment phase, but otherwise, she's gonna run you to the ground. And what I see sometimes with a lot of older guys that's my age or older, they become broken sometimes.
Yep.
Like they like dealing with wives or women that just beat them down for so many years, it's like microfractures over time.
Yeah,
they just give it everything. They don't even care no more. Like, do what you want to do.
Yep.
And I'm like, me myself, I just there's no part of me that I can live like that.
Yes, sir.
You know, I try to, they call me crazy sometimes because, like, just how I am. Like I have my standards and what I expect from a woman that I want to take seriously. And they sometimes conflate they conflate what I would take seriously from a woman that to what versus a one night stand, pretty much.
There you go.
It's not the same thing.
Right.
Definitely just because I may sleep with a woman does not mean that I want to be with her. That's gonna be the wife, mother,
right?
Like,
listen, when you're thinking about committing to a woman, her body count obviously matters. But if you're just looking to smash her for a night, listen, if you're looking to smash her for a night, dude, the higher the better. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I just thought that was a cool. I just one of the stories that I tell people that I know that this is why even ladies that I know sometimes I tell them I've been there, done that, and that whole nice guy routine and stuff like that does not work out the way you ladies claim it to work out. Y'all just say that because you want the unnecessary attention that you get from men, the validation.
Well, not only that, the fact of the matter is that what women are truly aroused and attracted to are politically incorrect to say, right?
Yes.
And listen, they try the same thing with us. They try to make our standards politically incorrect by calling us controlling, toxic, misogynistic, insecure, blah 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 blah. They want, and this is why people speak out against us all the time, is because in their mind that's not politically correct. Oh my God, I can't believe he told his wife that if she doesn't lose another 5 pounds, he's putting her on dick discipline. Oh my God. But the thing is women, they have to adhere to the hive mind and the sisterhood. So when you ask a woman what she really wants in a man, of course they're going to give you the politically correct answer. But if you notice, the politically correct answers never match the guys that they're actually with. I remember Pearl told me this a while back. She would have girls, and Pearl Davis, she's interviewed like 1,000 or something girls. And the guys that they described that they wanted on the show, just out of curiosity, she'll just look at their phone. Oh, I'm dating this guy. I dated that guy. They are never like the men they say they want, ever.
Nope. I see that so much with a lot of ladies that I know that they say one thing, but like from what I see you telling me about either your husband, whatever guy you're dealing with,
sure,
one, you don't respect him at all. I see that more often than not. A lot of women do not respect their man at all. They say they love him, but they don't respect him.
Check this out.
And there's two different things.
Two very different things. And the analogy that I always give is with a dog. Okay? Listen, man. Listen. Your dog can absolutely love you and not respect you. Okay? And when a woman can love a woman and not respect him, but the kind of love they have for a man that they do not respect, that's not the kind of love that sustains relationships. That's not the kind of love that the man wants or needs, and that's not the kind of love the woman wants to give. Okay? A woman wants to love a man that she respects. So the love that my unruly dog gives me, it might be great and this and that and the third, but at the end of the day, if they know that I'm not going to check him for peeing on the carpet, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go piss on the carpet, right? And women, women don't really love men they don't respect. They just love the attention and the security that they get from men that they do not respect. So when a woman says, I love you, but don't respect you, but doesn't respect you with her actions, what she's really saying is, I don't really love you. I love that you're around. I love that you give me status. I love the attention that you give me.
Yeah, I tell often people, even if I'm dealing with business with you, like I don't sometimes even care sometimes if you like me, but if we have like mutual respect among each other,
absolutely,
then we'll be okay. We can work together.
Absolutely.
So a lot of women will say that, oh well, I love my man, but from what you're telling me, you don't respect him for many reasons.
Right. Right.
Either he's content with his life, he don't want to push forward and get better, or he just an asshole, or just plainly he don't stand on anything. That's right. He doesn't have that. What's that term they use? If
you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said, seen it through my life, and so that's why I enjoy you guys' content. It helped me out, or at least made me open my eyes up wider.
Yeah,
all right.
And, it sounds like you had an inkling. It sounds like you had an inkling as to what might have been going on. Like when the girl was hitting on you at the party, But then this other girl that you had expressed your feelings for is feeling some type of way. You're like, oh, okay. And then some time goes by, and then you find Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, and you're like, oh, that's what happened that night. And it's interesting, when men start to consume this content, what they automatically do is they replay every interaction that they've had with women. Or if they see or hear something, they're like, you know what? Yeah, I remember when Stephanie did or said this or that. Yep. This is exactly what happened. And so when we talk about the concept of pre-selection, that story comes up in your mind. I told this girl that I liked her. 2 years later, I have a house party. She's there. Another woman starts to hit on me, and she starts to get bothered by it. Yeah, hot and bothered.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, there's one girl, she just hung around with me for God knows, I don't even know what reason, you know. Yeah. But what I found out, and like I said, I didn't realize it then versus now, but like her just by being around me sometimes drew a couple other ladies in.
There you go.
Hey, like, well, hey, you want to go to the dance with me? You want to go do this, X, Y, Z?
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
And it was like, I'm like, well, that's kind of odd that you asked me, because to me, I'm thinking like I'm just like, average Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But you're with another girl, and so they think that, and if women, that's the thing, you get it now. If attractive women trust you enough to be around you, that is the dude, listen, having attractive women around you is chick crack. And this is how I got it in with the strip club. I got it in as soon as you bang one stripper, dude, you can't fuck 6s and 7s anymore. You gotta fuck the 8s and 9s and 10s, because when they see you walking around with this bitch, they're like, God damn, who is that? You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, wait a minute, I saw you with such and such. I wonder what's going on with him. No, pre-selection is absolutely the ultimate game changer and equalizer.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And at pre-selection, and then like knowing who you are, and standing on that. I believe having a possible bend but don't break mentality.
That's right. Yeah.
With certain things, like before it was like, hey, I ain't breaking for nothing, but now like I adjusted a little bit to like a slight bend,
absolutely,
so that there's a little bit of flexibility in there. But then there's like a hard press stop. Like, hey,
absolutely,
this line is this line. You ain't gonna pass this line.
Listen. Even in my own relationship, I've been with Devin for nearly 10 years now. I'm not as I guess hardcore as stringent as I need to be, because I really haven't had to be, right? And don't get me wrong, I don't let her get away with shit. The things that I didn't let her get away with then, she does not get away with now. But now I don't have to check her as often because she already knows. And I know that there are extenuating circumstances sometimes. Like, for example, the other guy, like if one of Devin's brothers were to die, she loves her brothers. At that point, I know she's probably going to be a little bit difficult to be around. I'm not going to be meathead red pill guy. I can't believe you said this. I don't care. No, of course, you have to be human about it. But by the same token, you do have to stand on business. At the end of the day, you have to stick with your fundamentals. And it's good that you have that mindset.
Yeah. And so I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Let you get back to your show, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling in, man. Stop at any time, brother.
All right, man.
All right, Saber89. Yeah, man. It's interesting. It's interesting, man. Girls that's pre-selection. That is absolutely pre-selection 101. If a girl doesn't like you and she sees you with an attractive woman, she's going to like you. She's like, okay, what does he have that I don't? Or what does he have that I don't see, rather? Okay, so let's continue with this dude. A lot of you have figured out that this is Dasher. Let's continue with this dude who thinks he may have found a virgin. So, oh, wow, so you live in the West. Even if a woman... Let me rewind it a little bit. You obviously, English is your second language. Or it's not your first language. Where are you originally from? I
live in Canada. I'm French.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So you live in the West. Even if you were to marry, let's just say that you were to meet a high quality woman out in Eastern Europe. Let's just say she was from Estonia. She was traditional, feminine, blah, 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 blah. If you bring her back to the West, the UK, the United States, Canada, etc., if you bring her back to the West, you're putting your personal wealth at risk, because now you're subjecting yourself to being, and here's the thing, women in the West are encouraged and incentivized to blow up their relationship so they can get all their cash and prizes. So while you might think, hey, listen, I'll just choose a woman who is less likely to screw me over, even the most well-intentioned traditional women are encouraged not only by the court system but by everything around them. So what's the point of getting legally? There is no advantage to getting legally married. Why not just have the ceremony without getting the state involved?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. I still believe that I have to take that risk. I don't know. It's because of my religious belief. I'm Christian. That's how this is why. So yeah.
No. Look. I got you. So if you and listen, I've got nothing against people who are religious. So why not have the church oversee the wedding? Why not keep the state out of it? Why not have the church and why not have the marriage in whatever church that you want to go to? You guys can make a big thing of it. You guys can cut the wedding cake. You can have the first dance and all that good stuff. Just keep the state out of it. If you want anybody involved to make it official, have the church be involved, because the church doesn't have any the church doesn't determine what the law does. Because if you guys decide to divorce or go your separate ways, she can't take half of your present and future earnings. Now, if you guys have children together, that is clearly a different story. If you make people with another person, then as a man, you need to be financially responsible for those people, whether you're with your ex-wife or not. But here's the thing: if you keep the state out of your marriage, if you just do it unofficially, do a private marriage, this makes it less likely for your woman to blow up your marriage for no reason. Now, she might still do that, but at least you still have everything that you came into the marriage with, without her having to fleece you just because you thought that she was a dutiful and doting woman. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and because of my religious belief, I really need to have that marriage license to have a legit marriage according to the Bible. So yeah, I understand the private marriage. I understand this argument, but I will still take that risk, and if I get screwed over, then yeah. So
no, you're doing it all wrong.
I don't believe that it's gonna happen. I don't believe that it's gonna happen to me.
Why do you think?
Really trust.
Wait, hold on. Have you found a woman you want to marry yet? Yes.
I found a virgin. I found a virgin, and I think that she might be a good. She might be the wife of material. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
How old is she? How old are you?
She's 20. She's 20 years old. I'm 28.
Okay. That's a good age gap. How do you know she's a virgin?
Because of her upbringing. She's born in a traditional household, and she said that she never kissed any guy. She doesn't believe in boyfriend, girlfriend. She does believe that she have to get married to be in a committed relationship, and she is really chaste and abstinent. If you talk to a woman, you know that she's a virgin, because she really doesn't have the same language of most modern women. So I really know that she's really religious also. So I know that she's telling the truth. So yeah,
fair enough. So what you're telling me is that, and I understand where you're coming from. You'll never know what a woman's notch count is. But what you're telling me, and I think you'll probably agree, is that based on what you've seen and heard from her as of right now, it is far more likely than not that she has a very low body count, if any body count at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. Was she where was she raised? Was she raised here in the West, or was she raised in another country?
She was. She's Algerian. She's come from Arabian countries, so she moved in. She moved there with her parents, and yeah. So she was raised in Canada and Montreal.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm happy for you to meet a woman who appears to be a virgin at the age of 20 years old. Like, listen, man, this is a good thing. Just you need to understand that women are not good, they're not evil, they just are, okay? Yeah. And yes, she was raised in a traditional household, and she apparently is a virgin, but that doesn't mean that she won't gut you if given half the chance. Yeah. If you bring her to an environment that encourages her to do so. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So also I forget to tell you, she also believes in traditional gender roles. She believes that she have to submit to her husband, and this is a huge green flag if she believed that in traditional gender roles she had to submit to her husband, which make her different than the vast majority of women today.
No, listen, you're right, but this sounds good, and I'm not saying I don't believe you, I'm not saying I don't believe her, but any woman can say anything. There are a lot of women out there who have said to me, like, I believe in traditional gender roles, and then when I open the door for her, I pull up my credit card to pay for whatever date we're on. Well, I can pay it myself. So just be very wary of that. If I were you, if you really do think that this girl is wife material, you can actually test her. Here, this is a very, very good way to find out what her intentions really are. Have you guys talked about marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And my guess is that she's probably excited about it. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Come at her with this, and this will tell you instantly what she's really after. Tell her, you know what? You don't have to tell me what her name is. We'll call her Michelle. Hey, Michelle, you know what? You and I have been talking about marriage. I'm excited. We both want kids, and et cetera, et cetera. But given the state of the court system here in the West, I think it's probably best for us. As a matter of fact, here's the way we're going to do it. We're going to keep the state out of it. We're going to keep the government out of it. Listen, I'll give you the wedding. You can invite your parents, and we can have the wedding cake and the dance and all that good stuff. But we're going to keep the state out of it. Wait a minute. Does this mean that we're no? We're still going to be married because it's more important for us to be married in the eyes of God than in the eyes of the court. All right, I've got someone else who has pulled up. It's Helfon. All right, Helfon, what's up, brother? Where are you calling me from today, man?
Illinois, my man. How you doing?
Illinois. I'm doing good. How about yourself, brother?
Well, I've been working on the beard game, as you can see.
Yes, absolutely. You're looking good. What's on your mind today, man? What's going on?
Well, I've been wanting to have this conversation with you only because of the fact of what I've been through.
Okay.
It's only the fact of because I've realized now that I have just so much more of an edge now that I'm causing fear. So.
Oh shit! Okay. And do tell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's obviously it's the trials and tribulations that make us who we are, right?
Of course.
And I don't know. I know some people have been through some things, and that's made them who they are. And I look at all the unusual chain of events that I've been through, especially in my BP days, that with a relationship where I got stalked by a girl who broke up with me and then tried to run me down with her car.
Oh shit!
Then I got then a girl I dated tried to branch swing to some other guy, and then 2 months into their new relationship, the guy takes his own life and somehow blames me for it.
Oh my god! And then she blames you for it. Jesus Christ! Okay. Wow, I thought
Needless to say, I've gone through a briar patch of psycho bitches. All right?
Hey, good stuff. All right, point taken.
All right, not to mention the fact of the challenges I've dealt with people, and like being disappointed. And I think the last linchpin, my grandmother passed about a year or so ago. And the way my family handled the whole ordeal was horrible. They prolonged her funeral. They waited months later, didn't want to handle it properly. It was all about a control issue. And it just made, I was very close with my grandmother. My grandmother truly knew who I am.
Sure.
She was a firm believer of, like, you are who you are. Let no man tell you different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she knew me very well and was one of the few people who actually knew me in that capacity. And then being disappointed by people and people not fitting up to the bar of what I thought they were, and losing respect for those people and being betrayed by those people. Needless to say, it forged me into something where basically I have just how I handle my business now. It's very cold, concise, and on point.
Okay.
And even, like, don't get me wrong, and when my grandmother passed, I actually did go get some therapy.
Okay, good, very good. Which
did help. And, but then again, when I was also trying to talk about, relationship aspects and stuff, that's when they were trying to say, well, you should take risks and stuff like that. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, now my praxeology is about risk assessment and trying to avoid certain situations. And I just didn't trust, what they were saying. And I'm glad that those sessions ended. But it comes to, don't get me wrong, I can run game. I have no problems talking with women. I like myself and you, we've had our fair share of dipping into the stripper rosters, you know, and it's just now, it's just like, obviously everything's risk assessment. Everything is just, I'm following this basic pseudo warrior Bushido code kind of mentality.
Okay, all right,
and it leaves very little for anybody to, you know, step to the plate. And if they get a chance, they get a chance, and then if they fail, that's it.
That's it.
You know.
Yeah.
Do I need to lessen this, or do I need to? Because I've been on my square. I've been about my purpose. You know, I'm debt free. I own my car. I have a house, and I've got you know, my 401k set. I have crypto stocks. I'm pretty much
you're good
right now, locked, stocked, and ready to rock. It's just obviously with the relationships aspects of getting close to somebody after, like I just told you from my BP days.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very little window of trust.
Of course. And so I think what you're asking me is, should I dial back my red pill power level, so to speak?
Yeah, because I'm feeling like I'm at godlike level right now. Like,
yeah,
you will not worthy.
No, I got you. Listen, man, the answer is no, man. The answer is no. And the reason why you shouldn't let up or, you know, take your foot off the gas is because as soon as you do, you're going to end up fucking with the wrong types of women. I think, right. Listen, you know, men who have the kind of experience that we have, I can sit here and tell you, hey, look, dude, it's better to be single than in a bad relationship, right? Most men wouldn't really, and most men say, yeah, it's better to be single than to be in a bad relationship. But most men would rather be in a bad relationship than be single, because at that point, at least they're getting laid. So, but it's easy for us to say, hey, look, it's better to be single than in a bad relationship, because we've been in all the relationships and situationships and all that good stuff. But one thing you have to understand, and this, Hellfong, this is the other side of being red pill aware and being, you know, a top tier man, is it's lonely at the top, man. There's a famous saying that goes, the wind blows the hardest the higher up the mountain you go. And there aren't many people up there. And when obviously you've come a very, very long way. You've completely changed your life. You've got your shit together. And so what's happened is that you have figured out that not many women qualify to be with you. And at this point you're thinking, okay, maybe I should lower my standards. That's really what you're asking me. Should I take my foot off the gas? Should I not do this, not do that? Just understand that real relationships are going to come few and far between for people like yourself and me. And so the other side, listen, there are costs to everything, right? There's a cost to being an incel. Right. There are cost that comes with being a player. Just ask Derek the trader. Derek is running through hoes like nobody's business. He's not problem free. He's got to deal with this woman and that woman and what this woman said or da. And listen, we would all love to have those problems, but they are still problems. But what you have to understand is that, in your blue pill days, everybody qualified. As long as she looked good, sucked good, and fucked good, she qualifies. But now that you're in sort of your post red pill renaissance, you are quickly beginning to realize, okay, wait a minute, not many women are going to qualify to be with me. So, maybe I should widen that. No, don't widen anything. Continue doing exactly what you're going to do. Because like I said before, it's better for you to be single than in a bad relationship. That's my advice to you. Do not ever dial back your power level.
But I covet my peace so much more than in a relationship at this time frame right now. And I always have these, obviously we know that women's factory settings is chaos.
Yes.
But I mean, it's just the fact of I covet my peace so much. It's just like even the concept of letting someone in is not even, it's very hard to even look at it like that, because I'm looking at, okay, you're going to have to get past all these type of things to even qualify. And it's just an ironclad wall, and I'm focused on my purpose,
Okay.
It's just kind of one of those things where it's just that warrior mindset,
Yeah, you don't have time for anything else. And incidentally enough, your mindset, that is super attractive to women. Like, if you're about your shit and you don't have time to be texting her all day, that's what Saber89 was going through. He's got a hot nurse who's all over him because he's not as available. And it's not like he's playing games or, okay, I'm going to wait. No, the dude is busy, right? And because he's busy, he has him being busy creates like a natural sense of scarcity for her. That's going to be the same with you. But let me ask you this. Have you ever considered moving out of the country? Because clearly you have your shit together. Do you have the kind of job or career where you can work remotely, or do you have to be in Illinois?
I would have to be in Illinois.
Okay.
Obviously,
Right.
if certain things take off financially, obviously I could consider moving out of the country.
Yeah.
I mean, Japan sounds very appealing to me.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Japan's a beautiful country. It's super clean. Just ask MLD. He was out there. I was going to suggest, hey, listen, man, if you work remotely, maybe you can move overseas, because when you move overseas, Southeast Asia, there are a lot of women who would qualify to be with you, at least from the onset. But, listen, man, this is the price. This is part of the price that comes with having the mindset that we have, is that it's almost like once you see things, you can't unsee them. And so when you see a girl do something or say something, it instantly you're like, okay, I can't deal with this. I'm going to smash her and I'm going to smash and dash, and then that's going to be it. So yeah, this is the other side of being red pill aware and actually living the red pill life, is you're not going to have as many opportunities for relationships with women as you once did. But obviously that's a benefit to you.
Right. It's just right now, it's just do what I do and focus on my purpose, and
yeah, absolutely, man.
Just carry on.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
all right. That's the course, and that's what it is. And I understood when I took this knowledge in, I knew there was a price to be paid, and I was willing to pay that.
Sure.
I was obviously, because knowledge is key. Yeah. And knowledge is power. Yeah. And and that's one of the things I thank you for, obviously.
Well,
it's just, and sometimes, obviously, it does do get lonely, but I do fill my time with that.
Of course.
So it's very difficult, but I'm glad I get to have time with you and all my brothers here on the TSR towers.
Good.
But it feels good to have that. It does help bring edge that off. It's just sometimes you just wonder, is anybody going to be even fit the bill or even meet the standards of what you look for? And if not, does the song remain the same?
Right. Yeah. Likely not. Listen, you can throw a rock and hit a hoe from anywhere. We know at this point, and the thing is that I say this all the time. Not all women are like that. We certainly understand that. And Naxukao says, I feel what he's talking about. Yeah. Like when you live the red pill life and you're about your shit and you're on your purpose, like you begin to disqualify women a lot more quickly. You're a lot more stringent in your demands. You're standing on your square. What inevitably comes with that is not many women are going to qualify to be with you. That does lead to periods of loneliness. But thankfully, as men, we do much better in solitude than women. Are communal creatures. They need people around. They don't want people. They need people around. Men, we don't need people around. Yes, we do need and crave human interaction, but Superman has the fortress of what class? Solitude. It's not the fortress of community. It's not it's the fortress of solitude. That's what Superman needs to recharge himself. There you go. I actually had a Superman tattoo that I covered up. But yeah, value your solitude. I know it gets lonely at times, but it does get better. The longer you live like this, the more used to this you will become. So.
All right. Well, thank you for the time, Donovan. I'll let you
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. That is Hell Fong, who, dude, the guy looks... I'm going to tell you what, man. I remember the first time he came up, man. Dude, he was a little bit puffier. He didn't have any... I don't think he had any facial hair, but he looks lither. He looks sharper. He looks more dangerous. He looks more dangerous, so good for him, man. Naxukao says, I get lonely sometimes, and I want to lower my standards for women, but I remember where I was before the RP, could never go back to the way I was. Right. No, dude, trust me. Trust me. Expat living overseas says, we all have our needs, but not at the expense of our peace. 1,000%. Okay, let's check back in. Let's check back in with our boy, Dasher here, and just put it to her like that. Listen, nobody, as far as we're concerned, we don't care. Being married in front of the eyes of God is much more fulfilling than being married by the court. Okay, listen, we'll have the pomp and circumstance because I know that you and your family, you want to see that, but we're not gonna get the state involved. We're not getting Canada involved. We're not getting the United States involved. We are just going to make a commitment to each other. We're going to get married, but we're going to have a commitment ceremony where nobody is involved in our relationship, at least not on the government side. If she is on board with that, if she really and truly does love you, if she wants to really have a relationship, if she really wants to marry you and have kids, she doesn't care whether or not the state's involved. However, if she has nefarious intentions at that point, she's going to make a big stink about it, right? She'll be like, well, wait a minute, why can't we get married? And tell her, look, we will still be married. Everyone, our friends and family will know that we are husband and wife. The only difference is that the state and the government will not be involved. If she has a problem with that, then you have a problem. But if she says, well, yeah, I don't care, it's just a piece of paper, I don't need to sign anything. If we make our vows in front of God and in front of a priest or a minister or whatever, I'm good with that. If she's good with getting married to you without the state getting involved, then at that point, that bodes very well for you in the future. Okay, so that was him. That was the first conversation that we had. Then he called back.
Okay, so that
he called back, and this is what happened when he called back.
the session was in summer 2022.
That's correct.
So obviously, before I met her, I met all the women that I met before I met this woman were already in a relationship or were seeing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was seeing that woman in summer 2022, I was okay. This it's just the beginning. So she might change her behavior just after a few weeks or after a few months. So I shouldn't be quick to assume whatever. So she might be great right now, but tomorrow it might change. So,
okay.
So it was until 2023, summer 2023, when I see that we were still getting along
mm-hmm.
and talking to each other,
mm-hmm.
and she was still treating me just as she was still treating me the same way that she was treating me at the beginning. She was still treating me
treating you well,
and she was well behaved.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we were in summer 2023, I was okay. I didn't see any change.
Okay.
I didn't see anything different.
Okay.
She's still happy to see me. She still respected me. So in my head, I was like, okay, so I know what I have to do. I know what I get to do. And I buy a ring, and I proposed to her.
And what did she say?
So, yeah. So I went to the shop to the jewelry. I bought a ring and I proposed to her. When we were at her bus stop,
mm-hmm.
I proposed to her, and she said first she was surprised, and she said how is she going to explain that to her parents? And
wow.
My answer was we figured it out later. So I asked her, will you marry me? And she said, I'm not ready yet. I gave you that comment. What did she mean when she said I'm not ready yet? So her answer, I'm not ready yet.
Oh, no.
I was like, of course you're ready. Just answer yes or no. Would you want to marry me? I'm not ready yet. I have to do this. I have to do that, and I want to become the best version of myself.
Oh no! No! Now hold on, Dasher, real quick. Hold on, Dasher. So you said she was raised in the Middle East. How long has she lived in Canada? 6710 and at Soy Solano Studios to welcome them.
Or of North African Algeria.
Okay. All right. So she was born in North Africa, but she was raised in.
And see the family at her country of origin in Algeria, and after that, when she came back, she was I already told you, but I already told you, but she was. But then when she went back from when over time, and she started to become distant, she told me that
Yeah, G Lee 2580 says that laugh is a tell. Yes, it is.
Yeah, she started to become distant, and one time in a conversation, because before that, all the time we were talking, she never said that she would marry, because obviously I'm a Christian and she's a Muslim, but she never said that she wanted to marry a Muslim man. So for me, I was assuming that she would marry me, but now she said in the conversation that I've heard her say that she would marry a Muslim man, and I was like, okay, I probably misheard. I probably misheard, but anyway, so yeah, over the month when we came to April 2024. Now she became more distant, and
oh boy!
Now I started to. I was like, okay, okay. I started to see that she started to pull away, like you said. She started to pulling away, and okay, and she go to university. She was now 2024. She was now I was 29. She was 22. So
oh boy,
yeah. I was walking her through her school, her university, and she said, "Oh, no." I told her that.
Oh,
and like,
ay.
What are you talking about?
Man.
Yeah. So I was like, "What are you talking about?" No, I know that you feel the same thing for me. So then she said,
"You know what happened, right?"
So like when.
Okay, Phantom 3 and 3, jump out and jump back in, because for whatever reason I couldn't see or hear you.
She's like, yeah, but that was a mistake.
Oh my god! I
was like, okay. So again, we stopped talking, and then a few days later, when I saw her again, we were talking again, and then we stopped talking again because again we were taking the same bus. So then what happened then is that when I came to see her when she get out of the bus. She was going to the subway, the restaurant, the subway, and when I was working with her, and I said that I was missing her and all this stuff, and us to stop it.
Okay, she said she was seeing someone. Okay, no, I was telling you to go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think a lot of guys, when they're in a relationship, and it doesn't work out, some men want to jump back into a relationship. Some guys, they actually want to heal their wounds and sort things out, figure out, what they might have done wrong, and eventually work on themselves, maybe get back in the game. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, I'll be real with you, man. Like it been almost a baker dozen for me, man, since I've been in a relationship.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
or just anything when it pertaining to women. It doesn't mean that I'm lonely. I am alone, but you know what though?
Sure.
It benefit me and it helped me because I see a lot of things that happen with with people in relationship. I had friends that I lost a couple of friends because I gave them advice with relationships. I had a cousin that I was really cool with. I consider my brother. He was going through a lot of things marital wise, and I gave him advice, and then we just stopped talking. I see a lot of things, man. When it comes to certain people, like I look at it like this: like you're a married man. I'm glad you're married. There's some men out here that are married and still creep out on their wife, and I think I say to myself, man, if you ain't let her know, man, that is kind of like, well, that's kind of wrong what you're doing right here, man. Like,
of course.
So yeah, like I'm gonna say this. I mean, I lost a friend that I basically grew in the sandbox with because he was married to a woman. She was a nurse. She was a little bit older than him.
Okay.
And as far as he told me, this happened years ago that they wasn't intimate for like almost 5-6 years.
Wow.
He's a wrestler.
Holy
she's a nurse.
shit.
So they scheduled.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Then he ended up, I guess the temptation got the best of him, and he ended up sleeping with one of the ring rats, one of the wrestling fans, And I don't know why. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why he didn't cover his tracks, but she found out who his wife was, and she ended up messaging him.
Oh
No, messaging
God.
the wife, and then she found out about him. Yeah, then long man, I knew you're a good dude. You made a mistake. It happens. We all make mistakes. But what she had, what did she do? And he was like, he really couldn't explain. I said, well, how many marriages did she have? 3 marriages. So you're the fourth. So
Oh.
basically, you shouldn't
Oh
even be in
boy.
a marriage with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're basically in a failed marriage. And he finally told me like she was still paying like one of her ex-boyfriend's phone bills.
Oh my
And
God.
she has a lot of she's a nurse, so she has a lot of people that she talked to, and he told me she has like a work husband. I said, well, you don't even know
Oh
she's
my
cheating on you.
God. Oh Jesus Christ. That's
Now
why
I
he
know that
hasn't
you're
banged her
wrong,
for
but you
5 years.
can't. You could assume that. I mean, you could assume that she's cheating on you because the writing may be on the wall, but you can't prove it because it wasn't out there on Front Street.
Yeah. Right.
But
Right.
all she knows is that you cheated on her, so you can't really prove it. I think the reason why I lost, see, that's the thing, because like how you give advice to men. I'm glad you do it, man. You got to keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're helping a lot of men. And then it hits hard, and it's like, oh well, yeah, yeah. Well, I can't mess with you anymore because it's not what you're telling me, it's how you're telling me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing, man. Is when you're advising your friends, man, it's always. I mean, it can be tricky. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's something going on because I'm actually seeing lag on YouTube and on Rumble, and I'm not on Wi-Fi, so my connection should be pretty good. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on, but yeah, when it comes to giving advice, to your friends, man, I typically tell guys, especially with having the knowledge, the kind of knowledge that we have, is only answer questions that they ask, man. Because if you give even your closest friends, if you give them, and I'm not saying this is the case with you, I mean in other cities, and
And up north and New York as well. So yeah, it's crazy out here, man. We finally get, like, you dodged the bullet because now our East Coast people is finally getting. You're still East Coast, but we're finally getting that type of weather that we all been asking for the longest. Definitely not no '96 blizzard or the '93 blizzard, but we're getting close to it. We're getting close to it.
Hey man, West Side till I die. Real talk, man. I am never leaving the West Coast, brother. I'll give you the last
I
one.
ain't mad at you, brother. I'm not gonna hold you up, man. I love you, man. I'm glad I finally got on. I wanted to try to jump
Yeah.
on. I think a few weeks ago when you were doing a lot, but I was having problems on my end. But yeah, man, like I just said, man. I'm always excited. Why the 6 months down, then you really get to know who that person really is, and if you really want to continue on with the relationship, or you want to just like slowly slide off on it.
Yeah.
And I always tell like I said, my friend that was I don't know if he still wrestles, and I haven't spoken to him in 2 years, but I told him, I said, listen, she's an older woman, she's a nurse, and I don't even know why you upped and moved in with her because you have nothing in your name, and
Oh
this
God.
was the straw that broke the camel back. I said you could buy anything inside that house that's yours, and while you're not there, she kick you out. She can bring another guy in there sleeping in the same bed that you paid for.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And he wouldn't have any recourse because nothing's in his name.
Exactly. Not the title to the house, not the lease to the
Nope.
apartment, nothing. So she's liable to kick you up whenever she wants to bring the next guy in, if she wants to do that.
Phantom 3 on
So
3. Thanks
I
for.
really hope that the
Okay.
man
Go ahead.
census and most likely left her or but as far as right now, man, no, I'm good.
Single is a Pringle, like the ladies say. Thanks for coming up, Phantom 3 and 3. I appreciate it.
Take care, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So it looks like the internet here. Looks like the internet here in Reno. Yeah. It looks like my internet is. Looks like my internet is really. Yeah, Abram. Oh wow, it's frozen now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this short because this is not even. Sheesh.